の虜になってしまえばきっとこの夏は充実するのモード噂の Dreaming Girl 忘れないで
Hello everyone! Welcome to Japanese lesson with me. Today we are going to talk about some basic yet essential Japanese phrases that will be useful for you, especially when you want to travel to Japan or you want to interact with Japanese and communicate with them while you have barely enough communicating skill in Japanese. So, here are some Japanese phrases useful for you to know and practice.
伝えてしまえばいつかこの夢は覚めて
The first phrase is Ohayo or Ohayo gozaimasu. There are two ways of expressing good morning in Japanese: the formal way and informal way. The formal way is Ohayo gozaimasu. When we are greeting strangers, it is safer to go with the formal way by saying Ohayo gozaimasu. But when we are greeting someone of our age level, like our friends for example, we can go with Ohayo. That's easy. Easy to pronounce, isn't it?
まえばきっとこの夏は充実するのモード
The second phrase is Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa is actually both a formal and informal way of saying hello. It's pretty broad way of greeting actually. So if you master this, saying konnichiwa, it's gonna be very useful.
君の虜になってしまえばきっと
The third phrase is konbanwa. Konbanwa. Konbanwa consists of both formal and informal way of saying good evening. We use konbanwa only when the sun goes down or during the night.
揺れる街角
The fourth phrase is arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu is a formal way of saying thank you or expressing gratitude. The informal way is arigatou. People would mostly be bowing while they are saying arigatou gozaimasu or arigatou. For example, arigatou gozaimasu or arigatou, something like that. It's simply part of custom or Japanese culture. There is another way of saying thank you in Japanese, and this phrase is used in a very formal situation, and this one is the most formal. The phrase is Domo arigatou gozaimashita. So, Domo arigatou gozaimashita. Then, how to respond to thank you in Japanese? Well, it is dependent on several factors. It is dependent on your degree of relationship with the speaker, your social status, on the context and situation. The phrase "do itashimashite" is often used to respond to "arigatou gozaimasu" or "domo arigatou gozaimashita." So this kind of formal response. We can also say "iie." "Iie" literally means no. Why we should "iie" to respond to arigato? It implies no. You shouldn't say thank you, and this is usually used in casual communication. And the other expression or the other phrase is "kochira koso," which implies same to you, or it is me who should thank you, to make more polite. So there are three ways of responding to thank you in Japanese: do itashimashite, iie, and kochira koso. Well, the they are used in different context of situation. The next phrase is sumimasen. Sumimasen has two meanings. The first one is excuse me, and the second one is I'm sorry. There are some context of situation when you can use sumimasen. For example, you want to ask someone help to show you a direction to station. You would say sumimasen, eki ga doko ni arimasu ka? For example, or you are in a restaurant and then you want to order some menu. You call the waiter and then you say sumimasen, ichiban osusume na menu wa nan desu ka? The other situation that you can use sumimasen is, for example, when you accidentally bump into someone. You should say sumimasen, and at the same time, you should bow your head and hold your hands in front of you. It is to show that you are sincere. Now let's practice pronouncing the phrases. Ohayo gozaimasu. Konnichiwa. Konbanwa. Arigatou gozaimasu. Sumimasen. Well, that's the Japanese lesson today. I hope you enjoyed and learned something from this lesson. See you in the next Japanese lesson. Bye.